But if you give them something real, they will say, well, what the hell would you do this for? You could be making money or getting nothing for this. Y'all hear the point I'm making? Stuff don't belong in the hands of people who can appreciate it. It belongs in the hands of people who will give them currency notes for it. Who will give them completely nothing in return for what they have to offer. But a promise that they may get paid at some later date. Now, you work hard for something. And because some people, and I say this because some people think when we're talking about capitalism, we're talking about, you know, some Marxist concept, but we're going deeper than, you know, socialism and communism. We're talking about the science of giving and sharing resources and energy among people. We're talking about the very root science of that. So if people want fulfillment in life, this is what people say they want. They want fulfillment. They say they want to be happy. And they actually give something of value to somebody who don't value it, who don't really value it, but have the money to get it. So you give the product to them, they give you the money, and now you have the money with hope that you will be able to use this money to gain fulfillment. But you know what fulfillment is? Your ability to get things to where they actually belong. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Your fulfillment comes when you complete a natural transaction. That's where fulfillment lies at. Fulfillment doesn't mean you work all day as this painter and you paint the best art you have ever painted and you give it to somebody who just gave you some money. How could you feel fulfilled from that? But if you give it to somebody who said, the other night I had a dream of this painting. I was thinking about this. My destiny and my life purpose is consistent with receiving this object. That's fulfillment. That means you didn't do all that for nothing. For a promissory note. For a promise to be paid. For a dollar bill that says maybe someday you may be able to get what you want with this. If you catch the sale. If you find yourself and know what it is that you really need, then you can buy something that is consistent with that. We're beating around the bush. The fulfillment of our lives come from when we really find our life purpose and what we are here to do, and we act that out, and real people become real recipients. Real people become real recipients of our acts of greatness. That is life fulfillment. Because otherwise, the purpose had not been fulfilled. We did something for somebody, and who we did it for, it never got to them. It got to somebody who had money. You know what that's like? It's like being a tailor. And you make a nice outfit for somebody who is slim. And you've been designing this shit for about 5 years. Working on how you was going to cut and paste and put this piece together. And then a fat person shows up with $300. And give you the $300 and you take it because you're about money. That's why you're here. Hell, that's why you made it. And you sit and watch that fat man squeeze into that outfit. And rip it up. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Completely. Putting their arms in it, you watch the sleeves. You watch the sleeves rip while they stuff their arms in it. You watch the pants legs burst open while they squeeze their legs in them. And then they rip it off. And they say, you know what, I want my money back. This is when he really gets silly. Because it didn't fit. I want my money back because I'm not fulfilled with what I purchased. That is room for a scam. But when you put your life work into something and you let people show up who it's really for, whether they have money or not, you fulfilling your life purpose. Because what you doing was actually for them. You get the point I'm making? But when you live for money, people show up with money who the shit you got ain't for them. The stuff that you had wasn't even for them. But they just simply have the money to buy it. They have the money to pay for it. But when they get it home, they can't fit it. It's not theirs. I said we could sell DVDs to people all day, but some people couldn't even watch it. They don't have time to watch it. I said, you think I'm sitting up here talking all day because somebody going to give me $10 and not watch the shit that I didn't, you know? That's ridiculous. But some people are doing that. So people who could really appreciate what it is they actually have to offer, it never gets to that person. The people who could actually benefit, it never gets to. So what we call capitalism is the mismanagement of human energy. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's a mismanagement of human energy because stuff never gets to the people that it was created for. It simply gets to people who have the money. Hip-hop may have been created for us. That's just standing there, that maybe hip-hop was created for us. But white people had the money. So they go buy all our clothes and all our outfits that may have been made for us and put them on themselves. The mismanagement of human energy. You can count on capitalism to do that every single time. So we're just not just talking about setting up a communistic society and we're against capitalism in that sense. We're talking about the proper management and distribution of human energy for the benefit of the people. That's something that is produced, benefit the people that it was made for. Something get into the hands of people who could appreciate it the most. It's a reality. You got a white boy who's impotent. Can't have no children if he wanted to. But he has all this money to pay our women to be prostitutes. Somebody who would have been a mother to produce children to perpetuate the nation. Somebody who would have been a benefit to the black family, he got money to buy her for nothing. You see the point I'm making? Look at this. Someone who could have been a mother to their family, who could have been a perfect mother to produce a child that would have grew up and be divine. Some white boy comes along with money, why don't you be my secretary? I can make you famous and rich and blah, blah. That's not why the fuck you was put here on the earth. But since he has this money that he didn't win in the back room and print it up with his damn face on it, now he's then took a divine woman out of a household, out of a community. If you take all the female lionesses out of the jungle, then the lion becomes extinct. Well, hell, you can put them in a circus where they can be famous, right? You can put them in a circus where they can make a lot of money. They still walking around in a cage 24 hours a day, but they generate money. Our women are walking around in corporate cages 24 hours a day, but they still making money. But they have been took out of a natural environment where they would have produced the gods and goddesses that would surpass anything that this European could have ever possibly even thought of on his best day. But since he has this money that he printed, he can flash that money. And he tells her that that's what life is about. This paper. That I just happen to have. I mean, I work for it. Bullshit. You use the sweat, blood, and tears of our ancestors to build this country. And then you create an economic system that makes sure you support your control over it. Because that's all money really represents. It represents his constant control over the planet. He don't need money. When you had free labor, you didn't need money. They traded. I got this much cotton, you got this much gold and silver. I give you this cotton. That's why cotton was being really produced. When you got free labor. You don't need money. But when you can't create slaves anymore, then now you need to institute a system to coerce people to work for you for free. Because you are